We are back with another FM23 tactic, and the always amazing GYR wasn't happy with the performance of one of his tactics in last week's video where we ranked his top 20 tactics from 1 to 20, best to worst. He wasn't really happy about the performance of this one, so today we have Grogu version 2. Now this is a very fun tactic which we have tested with Manchester United. Manchester United did go on to win every single trophy: Premier League, Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao, tick, won it all. We also tested this with Norwich where they won the championship in over 100 points. And we tested this with PSG, as you can see on your screen here, 105 points in the league plus 110 in terms of that goal difference, a Coupe de France, a Trophées de Champions, and also a Champions League, and I'm going to call this a blowout against Bayern Munich. 6 goals to 2. Leo Messi going off for a hat-trick in this one, and 2 for Kylian Mbappe. You can kind of see the shape in the bottom right-hand corner. It looks tasty. It's very different. It's asymmetric. So without any further ado, we're going to dive in and we're just going to break this bad boy down. So first things first, I will say, as you can see, it is asymmetric. You can see here a back four, one defender, one defensive midfielder off slightly to the right, central midfielder off slightly to the left, and then 3 behind the striker, who is again slightly off to the left. So if we quick pick without restriction the best 11, this is how you can see PSG line up in this particular tactic. Now I will say the tactical familiarity on this one is full, and that is because we've got to the end of the season. Please don't just plug this straight in and hope that it's going to work immediately, because this is very different from a large portion of tactics and it will take your team a little bit of time to settle in. And once it does settle in, you can see 62 goals in 56 appearances for Mbappe, 23 goals for Neymar, 13 for Carlos Soler, 29 for Leo Messi, 10 for Ramos. It's just unreal, guys. This tactic just scores a lot of goals and causes a lot of problems for the match engine. So we're going to go through and break this bad boy down. But before we do that, please do go and check out GYR. His links to his all of his socials will be down in the description, because we couldn't do these videos without him. And if you enjoy his tactics, please do go and show him some support. So starting things off, we have a goalkeeper, which is a sweeper keeper on defensive duty with the additional instruction of tackle harder. So we know which ones are the additional instructions, guys, because they have the white cog and the red circle next to it. You can get to those by hitting the edit button and then selecting tackle harder. For this instance here, you know it's selected because it has the green outline around the outside of it. In the right back spot, it is a wing back on support with the additional instruction of shoot less often, sit narrower, and tackle harder. The 2 centre backs in this case, Marquinhos and Kimpembe, they are both ball-playing defenders on defensive duty with the additional instructions, guys, of dribble more, close down less, and tackle harder. Then into the left-back spot, another wing-back on support with the shoot less often, sit narrower, and tackle harder. The defensive midfielder is a defensive midfielder on support, as I mentioned, moves slightly across to the right. So you've got these 3 positions here. Make sure they are in the right-hand slot. That is, as I said, a defensive midfielder on support duty, tackle harder, mark tighter. Moving into the central midfielder is a central midfielder on support with get further forward and tackle harder added to him, which is obviously Marco Verratti. Again, make sure it is in the left of these 3 central midfield spots. On the right-hand side, on the right wing, of course, we have Leo Messi, an inside forward on attack duty, sit narrower and tackle harder on Leo on this side. On the left-hand side, it is an inverted winger on attack with sit narrower and tackle harder again on Neymar. Moving into the central attacking midfielder, that is, of course, a shadow striker on attack duty. No additional instructions on him. And then the main man, Kylian Mbappe. That was awful. He's up top as an advanced forward on attack duty with tackle harder on him as well. In terms of the tactical style, guys, it doesn't really matter which one of these you pick. We would usually go for either a gegenpress or a clean slate or something like that. As long as you follow the steps I'm about to go through, it really doesn't matter. In terms of the mentality, it is an attacking mentality. So please do remember, if you have a look at the mentalities, this mentality is best employed for matches where the team are favourites to win and expect to dominate the possession in the opponent's half. So just please do consider that one as well. In terms of the in possession instructions, guys, this is how we are looking. Attacking width is fairly wide. Our approach play, we are passing into space with shorter passing directness and a higher tempo. In that final third, then, we are hitting our low crosses into the penalty area and we are running at the defense in terms of our dribbling style. In transition, this is how we're looking. Counter pressing when possession has been lost. We are countering when possession has been won. And as I said, look at all these bodies that bomb forward. We've got three behind the striker, the central midfielder moves forward as well, and both wing backs. You definitely get a lot of bodies forward, and that is exactly what overwhelms the AI in this particular instance. And that distribution type, guys, don't forget that one, is to roll it out. Out of possession, guys, this is how we're looking. High press with that line of engagement, a higher defensive line. We are triggering that press much more often and preventing that short goalkeeper distribution. As I said, this tactic is a bit of a beast, and now it's had its V2 version, I definitely think it will be prime for your saves. But if you don't like something asymmetric, you want something a little bit more traditional, check out this playlist. It's all the tactics that GYR'S released on this year's game so far.